investments.
All right, straight to our next conversation. When the scale of a crime threatens public confidence in justice, the weight of the response often signals how seriously the state is taking accountability. That signal was sent in the prosecution of suspects linked to the Yelewata killings. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, AGF Fagbemi, SAN, has taken the lead in heading the federal government's legal team, prosecuting those arrested over the attack in Yelewata community in Benue State, which claimed over 150 lives. Although the defendants pleaded not guilty before the Federal High Court in Abuja, the minister assured that justice will be served to serve as deterrence to other criminal elements across the country. Now let's share the story by TVC News Celestina area with you.
The Attorney General of the Federation, AGF Fagbemi, led the prosecution team for this case. The defendants are accused of carrying out attacks in Yelewata, Guma local government area of Benue State, which led to the destruction of properties and the killings of 150 persons. They are also accused of providing resources and soliciting support used in carrying out the attack. The alleged attack was carried out on 13th June 2025. At the commencement of proceedings, the Attorney General of the Federation told the court that 57 amended counts had been filed against the defendants. He prayed the court to strike out the name of one of the defendants, Yakubu Maman, leaving the remaining 9 to take their plea. The defense team did not object to this. Consequently, the name Maman was removed from the amended charge. The trial judge also struck out the previous charge filed on September 10, 2025. All 9 defendants present in court pleaded not guilty to the charges when it was read to them. The AGF subsequently applied for accelerated hearing of the case. He also asked that the defendants be remanded in the correctional facility pending trial. Counsel to the defendants had tried to move an oral application for their bail, which the court refused and insisted that a formal bail application be filed. The court adjourned until 26 February for the hearing of the bail application. Counsel to the first, 8th and 9th defendants briefed journalists on their arraignment.
54 charges, that means 54 accusations. Anybody can make an accusation. But the important thing is you have the onus of proof beyond reasonable doubt. I can say you did this, you stole this, you did that. But you have to prove beyond reasonable doubt. So we are not concerned about the number of charges. Let us get to the issue of proof. If you can prove beyond reasonable doubt. So we are not worried with the number of charges.
The suspects are Adolawa Mohammed, Muhammadu Saidu, Alhaji Aruna Abdullahi, Yakubu Adamu, Muhammad Musa, Abubakar Adamu, Shaibu Ibrahim, Salam Mohammed, Bako Jibri. Celestina Iria, TVC News, Abuja.
All right, thank you so much, Celestina Iria. Femi, I'll start with you. I mean, what clear message is the Attorney General sending, by personally leading the prosecution counsel instead of delegating it to other prosecutors?
I think it's so heartwarming. And I want to celebrate the Attorney General, the Chief Law Officer of the nation, for taking up the responsibility to lead the prosecution, because it will serve as deterrent if we can get these people convicted. And it will send a signal that the Nigerian nation is serious about taming these criminals. Let me tell you, an uncle of mine just got respite from kidnappers. He was in their den for 26 days. My family had to raise 26 million naira. We pay in 2 tranches. 26 million naira. We pay in Uruago in Kwara State. I come from Osun State, Oraibumino. The guy was taken from Oraibumino to Kwara State in Uruago. He followed the local government area of Kwara State, very close to Umuaro, in Rekpot local government. He was there for 26 days. We approached the police, the DSS. We tracked them. Tracking system showed that this guy was being held at Uruago. It was definite. Nobody could do nothing. I'm happy now that I was told that 3 days ago, soldiers have stormed that den. We need to send a clear signal to these criminals. They cannot be operating roughshod and unhinged, like loose cannons. This is ordinarily, when we were studying political science, we were told that state has monopoly of violence.
True.
When non-state actors are now taking charge
We
and
need
now
to do
perpetuating
something.
violence, we need to do something. So I want to commend him. He's a man of proven integrity, a learned Sikh who has a good pedigree in law. Before he became the Attorney General, he'd won so many cases, celebrated lawyer. So I know that he has taken it up personally and himself. They can get prosecution and even ask for accelerated trial. That is very heartwarming, and Nigerians will celebrate him for this, because when those guys are eventually jailed, which I hope they'll be jailed, and they're going to pay for the sins they committed. 150 million souls perished due to their wickedness. They need to pay for that. There must be consequences for actions.
For bad behavior,
and that's how
basically.
we are going to move forward as a nation. If there are no consequences, it serves as encouragement for others.
But how does the federal government intend to ensure that not just the foot soldiers are brought to justice, but also the alleged sponsors are brought to justice in this case?
Yeah, by the time the trial opens, I mean, all that will come into bear. I think 9 of them have been put up for trial now. There could be still some, and probably quote unquote their sponsors that are at large. Like Femi said, this is a good step in the right direction. Shows that, I mean, it shows that it is no longer business as usual.
Okay.
When you do one evil act, you know that there will be consequences. And there are consequences. Yes, they are still suspects until proven guilty. But then the process has started. And it shows now that, I mean, I think this is about the first time we are having this kind of high-profile case that the number 1 law officer would lead the charge. I mean,
personally.
It will send a signal that the government means business now. If you perpetrate this kind of act, I mean, June 13, Yelewata, 150 people.
That's right.
Slaughtered, killed. I mean, we can't allow it to just go like that. It has happened in the past where they will now sit down and be talking.
And setting up committees.
But no, it will happen again and again. But now, there is consequences for actions.
There's a new sheriff in town.
That is it. So, if you go that route, you know you find, I mean, you end your day in court.
Absolutely.
Yes, and
So,
I mean, we'll get to the end of it.
I mean, BKO, the number 1 law officer, is personally leading the charge here. What does this signal for you?
The seriousness that he attaches to this case. Remember when Donald Trump's people came to Nigeria,
Okay.
they went to Yalwata. And it's because the killings in Yalwata naturally pricked the conscience of not just the good people in our nation, but even beyond our nation. I was there to do a 2-part documentary, and I can tell you that was a terrible day for me, watching women crying. A particular woman whose family was slaughtered before our eyes, watching them crying, watching them relate what happened on the day was particularly painful, because these people stormed their community in darkness, in pitch darkness. So there was little they could do to escape. Some of them were burnt inside their houses. And I saw bullet holes on the walls of houses where these people were staying. A lot of them were traders who came from nearby communities, and they have a place where they stay. They just stay there, no bed. They just stay until the next day. And these people had them surrounded, opened fire, poured petrol on the people, and ensured that they were burnt beyond recognition. That level of wickedness should not be condoned in any society. these are not people who deserve to live amongst us. So it's a good thing that they are in the slammer now. And I'm confident that justice will be served to them. With the Attorney General going there, the judge knows that this is not a case that he can toy with. They now know that we are serious because the Americans accuse us of not protecting Christians, of not protecting our people, and of not doing anything significant to stop these killings. Serving justice to killers is one way by which we can stop these things from continuing to happen. And I'm happy that we're on the right path. I give kudos to the DSS. Yes, there was interagency collaboration, but the DSS led the way in getting these people arrested. The DSS pushed on its own for their prosecution. We are seeing a new DSS now under Yelewata taking the lead even in prosecuting. So if another arm of our security is reluctant to prosecute, we can see the DSS now on its own effecting arrests and on its own taking people to court. We've seen those killers, the killers of those churchgoers in the war. They've also been brought to trial by the DSS. We are going to defeat the enemies of the Nigerian state. Non-state actors cannot defeat the state. They have to know, no matter how hard they try, you cannot defeat the state. It may take some time, but I'm confident that we will defeat the enemies of the Nigerian state. The story that Femi told us about Oruago, I also heard about the big military operation going on in Pastor Kwara. This is what we want. Eliminate these good-for-nothing people. Show them that they cannot defeat the state. Because right now, they are behaving like we must worship them, that we must succumb to their terms. It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. We can defeat these people, and we must show them that we defeat them.
And yes, we will. We'll definitely defeat them. All right, gentlemen.